Hello there, this is Jennifer from the FOCUS EDM Academy, looking at chapter 3 from the FOCUS book. Now chapter 3 is a fun one. I love chapter 3. So far we've looked at the idea of you are a very important person, and because you are a very important person, everything you do counts. What you do will depend on what you notice. And what you notice is very dependent on what you're focusing on. And chapter 2 looks at some examples of thoughts that you might have in a situation, and they reflect the different ways you may focus. But in chapter 3 we go on a slight tangent and we say, well, what about us? What about human beings? Are we different from other creatures? Are all other creatures having thoughts and ideas about other stuff or not? So in the writing of the book here, I mention a zebra and a bee, and the point being is that animals tend to know what to do, and they do it, and then they use their, let's call it, common sense to do it in a certain way. So a bee will wake up and go and get honey, but depending on the wind direction, on the weather, on what flowers are there, they will then make decisions based on that. But fundamentally, a bee wakes up and goes to a flower. Fundamentally, a zebra will wake up and go and graze. And animals, as you can discuss with your children or young people, are very based on one focus, and that one focus is to get through the day alive and well, and probably protect their herd or their fellow creatures. That's how animals and creatures are in the main, and I would say that's one focus. That focus is doing things that make sure they get through the day. But then I put it to you, and I'll read this out. Well, after many years of seriously studying people's behaviours and activities, it's been found that we human beings have different places that we can go and visit within ourselves. Depending on where we go, our life experience around us changes. Our focus moves our attention into these different places, and this creates our experience in that moment. So you might say, what are you talking about? What do you mean we go and visit different places within ourselves? Well, yes, this is what we're going to look at. We are different from other creatures in the sense that we have different places we can visit within ourselves that change our experience of life, whereas animals and creatures don't. Now, so how to teach this? So again, I suggest getting the picture out. Do bees have to wonder if they're in the mood to go to a flower? Do they? Does a zebra have to wonder whether or not to go and eat? Maybe yes, if there's a lion they won't. But fundamentally, what do animals and creatures decide? So while you're having a bit of a laugh about that, I hope, because your child, young person, you can choose any creature, what are they focused on? I guarantee it will always be getting through that day in one piece, and their families. That's what they'll be focusing on. Whereas us as human beings are not like that. And the reason for that is we've got different places within ourselves to visit. All will become clear, but you could leave it as a teaching with your child is a cliffhanger and say, well, let's wait for the next section to see where within ourselves we go. Did we even know we had different places within ourselves? And you never know, the person you're talking to might say, oh yes, I know that. You never know. But whatever they say, discuss it, write it, draw it, laugh about it, listen, understand, and let's see what happens next. So chapter 3 puts the idea of we human beings are different from creatures because we can visit different places within ourselves. Keep with it, it will become clearer soon. Thank you very much.